Hey parents, welcome to this week's weekly parent update video. Justin here, joined by Pastor Brian.
Whoop, whoop.
Let's talk about what's going on at GSM this week. So this week we're going to continue our series called Christ Has Come. Last week we talked about the reason for the birth of the Messiah. This week we're talking about our response to the birth of the Messiah. So we're going to split up teaching. Brian's going to be with high school, I'll be with middle school.
Yeah.
Brian, what are y'all doing in high school this week?
Yeah, so for high school, I'm teaching out of Luke 2, 8 through 14. We're going to look at the story where the angels come to the shepherds and declare that Jesus was born. And we're going to see the response that was given. Initially, it was fear, and I'm afraid. And a lot of times when we encounter the divine, there is a lot of fear. We feel exposed. But they say, hey, don't be afraid, but be filled with great joy because a Savior has come. So the response that we should have is a response of faith. And so that's what I'm teaching.
Yeah, middle school, we'll be in Matthew chapter 2, jumping around a little bit, but going to be talking about the responses of three different people. You got the wise men, you've got the scribes that Herod speaks to, and you've got the response of Herod himself. You get the wise men, they're excited, they're filled with worship for the king. The scribes, there's a bit of indifference. They know the answers, but they don't go and see the Messiah. And you get Herod, whose first response is jealousy. Why don't I get to keep my power if this king has come? So one question you can use to engage your student this week is this: just how do you respond to the birth of the Messiah? So we got a couple other things going on at GSM. So Brian, why don't you tell us about tomorrow night?
Yeah, so tomorrow night after the service, so around 7:45, we're gonna have an interest meeting for our spring break mission trip to Honduras. And so this is for all of our high school students. We are gonna go March 9th through the 15th to Hope Through Him in El Progreso in Honduras. Brad Linderman, who actually runs that organization, is going to be with us tomorrow. So if your student is interested at all in that trip, if you could just plan on having them and you too, this is for parents to come and just to hear the details of what that trip's going to look like. We would love to go ahead and start booking that team so we can look at plane tickets as we go this spring break on a mission trip. It's a great first international mission trip for students. We've been several times, and so we'd love for you to be there. And certainly if you have any questions, you can email us and ask us directly before then as well.
Yeah, we'd love to see you there. One other thing that's coming up is next Wednesday night, December 13th. That's actually going to be our last GSM of the semester. So December 13th, last GSM of the semester, we're going to have a Christmas party. We're going to have what we call C5, the Crazy Creative Christmas Costume Competition.
It's a good one.
It's a great one. So bring your ugly sweaters, whatever that looks like. We're going to have that next week. We're going to have some food for your students, and it's just going to be a great night.
Yeah.
So parents, that's all we got going on this week. We love you. We're your number one fans, and we'll see you
Next week.